6:49 here this Monday. Our top stories before you head out in our Smart Start. The Pentagon has confirmed the first U.S. casualties of the military campaign in Iran.
3 service members based in Kuwait were killed and at least 5 more were injured. In the first day of Operation Epic Fury, Sunday, President Trump offered condolences to the families and noted there will likely be more losses as the military campaign continues.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. Sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
In response to the ongoing Israeli and U.S. airstrikes, Iran fired missiles on a number of U.S. allies in the Middle East. Sunday, one hit a synagogue in Israel, killing at least 9. Several cities throughout the UAE also targeted, including Dubai, where a luxury hotel was hit late Saturday.
Demonstrations in response to the strikes continue to take over the streets all across the country. Many
people out protesting America's intervention in this region. Others support the move, hoping it offers some sort of path toward a democratic government. That event, billed as a March for Freedom after the death of the nation's supreme leader, was announced. It started in New York City by the headquarters for the United Nations and ended at Times Square. A roaring sea of people carrying flags, marking a wave of change. But some there in that crowd also weigh all the unknowns.
What happens now? The leader's gone, the nominal leader is gone, but the system is still in place. The regime is still in place. I don't think that the government is going to be very easily toppled just with the removal of one individual. They have too much at stake, too much to lose, and I think they're going to fight tooth and nail to remain.
On the other side of this growing unrest, with demonstrators marching to Columbus Circle, calling the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran unjustified. There's another march and protest planned today, starting near the UN. Governor Kathy Hochul says state police are increasing patrols at government buildings and religious sites around New York. They say while there have been no credible threats through now, they will be out there as a precaution and stay vigilant.
Federal authorities are in Texas investigating whether a mass shooting was an act of terror motivated by U.S. military actions in Iran. A gunman opened fire at a crowded sports bar in Austin, killing 2 people and injuring 14. Police say the shooter was wearing a sweatshirt saying "Property of Allah" and another shirt with an Iranian flag. The 53-year-old is a U.S. citizen born in Senegal. Responding officers shot and killed the suspect. FBI agents are searching the gunman's home, looking for more evidence of a motive for the attack.
Rochester police need your help as they search for leads for suspects in a late-night double shooting that left 2 teens wounded over the weekend. This happened on Lake Avenue near Upton Place just before midnight Saturday. Police found a 16-year-old boy with life-threatening injuries and got him to the hospital. A 16-year-old girl was dropped off at the hospital with a gunshot wound. She is expected to survive.
Today, we're expecting more testimony in the trial of a young man charged in a deadly triple shooting following a fight outside Blue Cross Arena 2 years ago. On the night of May 6, 2024, police say 25-year-old Jermaine Williams shot into a crowd at a home on Rialto Street, killing 43-year-old Timothy Cheely and 46-year-old Shatina Jones. A third victim was injured. Williams pleaded not guilty at his arraignment. Trial picks up again at 9:30.
Sunrise traffic updates here at 6:53. Main expressways all clear and moving along just fine. In northeast Rochester, there's some RPD activity at Hazelwood Terrace near Culver Road. We're working to find out more about what that is concerning. We do have a News 8 crew headed there. We'll bring you some updates as soon as we have them. Out in Wayne County, a boil water advisory is still in effect due to a water main break in Ontario. Town officials say that happened on Knickerbocker Road, headed up towards the lake. Crews are working on repairs. You see the damage there, and they'll be flushing the system to take samples to make sure the water is okay. The advisory for now is in effect through at least midweek.
For the first time since 2022, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has dropped below 6%, making now one of the best times to buy a home.
Still, good luck actually finding one with all the supply running low. Local realtors say the lower rates combined with the busier time this spring and March and April for real estate, that means potential buyers can feel some optimism. One piece of advice, make sure you've got reliable support to guide you through the whole process.
If you interview a few buyer's agents, get some references, and get somebody that's good, full-time in the business, experienced, and it doesn't matter whether they're working on a team or for an individual company, just have somebody that has good reviews.
While home price increases are slowing a bit, still hard to afford a home. Based on the median household income, the experts say most people would have to devote 42% of their earnings to carry the average monthly home payment of about $3,000. 5 years ago, that was about 28%. And again, it's just the housing shortage, still a big problem. More buyers than sellers, but at least the rate's coming down a little bit.
42% is still quite a bit.
I know. I was just looking around. That's why people, I'm one of them, move during COVID, those years, lower rates. I'm not getting out of my house.
No, if you have
I could
3%,
sell it for a lot of money, it's going to cost me a lot more still.
Everybody's now thinking refinance.
Yeah. You live in a beautiful house. What's for dinner? Ramen. Every night. That's all you can afford.
I know.
Temperatures are on the cold side. We are in the single digits out there. Teens for a lot of folks as well, but gorgeous view there over the Lake Ontario shoreline with the clear skies. You like to see that. Hilton, you're at 13. Batavia, 7. Honey Falls, 6. That's the air temperature out there, not just the wind chill. We get into the upper 20s this afternoon. Our sunrise 10 minutes ago. And there's that sunset after 6 p.m. How about that? Looking ahead, your 8-day forecast, the warm-up is on its way. Wednesday, we're in the 40s, 50 by Friday, and then there's that weekend. Some 60s mixed in there as well.
Yeah. 60s and rain.
Yeah, rain does come.
That's okay.
That's the caveat.
Yeah, looks like it's going to wash all whatever is left of the snow away. Make sure you join us on our podcast, 9 o'clock, Second Cup of Sunrise on the Rochester First streaming app, also at the top of rochesterfirst.com.
That does it for us, everybody. Thanks so much for watching us on Sunrise. CBS Mornings up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.